news. First, with breaking news.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus, industry conversation, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. My name is Dele Agadumo.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Welcome to Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV. Insights Redefinite Group, a member of Troika Holdings, has named Simisola Hughes Obisheson as the new Group Creative Director, Insights Redefinite, in furtherance of its Power of One initiative. Formerly playing the role of Creative Director at Leo Burnett, Lagos, the latest redeployment will see Hughes Obisheson steer the creative operations of the group. In her new position, she joins the group leadership team to drive the Power of One and humankind way of working and winning for clients. With a vast knowledge across an array of sectors and over 14 years' experience on a plethora of global and local brands, she has led teams across both agencies to deliver award-winning work in Nigeria and across international markets for brands such as Pepsi, Heineken, Nivea, Amstel Malta, Cadbury, P&G, Nestle, and others. MTN has selected 200 micro, small, medium enterprises, MSMEs, across Nigeria to benefit from an accelerator program, Yellow 200, in continuation of the REV program. The initiative was launched to address the critical needs of MSMEs as well as to mitigate the effects of COVID-19 pandemic on their businesses. Adopting a four-pronged approach that includes masterclasses, access to market, productivity tool support, and advisory initiatives, the program also seeks to address issues in the areas of reigniting the economy by driving digital inclusion for MSMEs. To further this cause, 200 top-performing MSMEs have been selected from participants in the REV masterclasses to undergo further upskilling. The Yellow 200 was unveiled at the closing ceremony of the REV program, which held virtually on Monday, December 14, 2020. First Bank of Nigeria Limited, the leading financial inclusion service provider in Nigeria, has launched the virtual payment card, a Naira-denominated debit card that digitally replaces the plastic debit card. In a statement, the bank noted that the card is designed to be linked to either a customer's operative account or wallet account. The bank said the First Bank virtual payment card is a suitable alternative to the use of cash and check, with its wide-range features, which includes the ability of card holders to protect his or her card using the block and unblock capabilities. It is safe, convenient and easy way of making e-commerce payments amongst other functionalities, and can be created via the bank's digital channels with a 215 Naira cost. Following recent adoption of a new company logo and slogan, Kia, a leading automobile company, has dumped motors from its corporate name as part of a global brand relaunch meant to position the South Korea automaker as a mover in electrical vehicles and new mobility. In changing its name to Kia Core from Kia Motors Corporation, the company is reaching for a new identity that better reflects its push into new fields. CEO Ho Sung-kong said in new releases, "Changing our corporate name and logo is not only a cosmetic improvement," said Song, who took the helm last April. He said it represents us expanding our horizons and establishing new and marketing emerging businesses that meet and exceed the diverse needs of our customers worldwide. The new direction targets a mass ramp-up of EVs through 2025 and a rapid expansion into what the company calls purpose-built vehicles, or PBVs. These are runabouts dedicated to new mobility enterprises such as ride-hailing, robo-taxis, and on-the-go e-commerce. And that was Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Branding Focus.
While the city slept, we installed a board in the middle of a park with something special hidden inside. We wondered if people would notice. They didn't, so we invited Nigerians to add their polls to the scene, whichever way they chose to. Some literally added their own polls. Some sang, others rapped, and even recited poetry. As they added their polls, the board came alive. Hidden figures broke free from obscurity, inspired by the crowd expressing themselves.
You know you can't do anything.
Because why blend in when you can stand out? NTN polls. Do you? Dial star 406 hash to join.
You're welcome to Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV. Just like many brands in the market, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, the two global beverage giants, have taken their hits during the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak due to restaurant closures and other pandemic-related disruptions. But none of the coronavirus-induced disturbances could abate the customary marketing battle between the two American beverage behemoths. The Cola Wars refer to the long-time rivalry between soft drink producers, the Coca-Cola Company, and PepsiCo, who have engaged in mutually targeted marketing campaigns for the direct competition between each other's company lines, especially their flagship colas, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Beginning in the late 1970s and into the 1980s, the Cola Wars escalated and are still being fought on all fronts today. The Coca-Cola Company was founded by an Atlanta pharmacist who had secured the recipe, which contained small amounts of cocaine, until 1929. Up in North Carolina, another pharmacist invented his own sugar drink in 1893. After seeing the success of Coca-Cola, he changed his soda's name from Brad's Drink to Pepsi-Cola in 1898 and founded the Pepsi-Cola Company in 1902. Ever since, the unending battle between them has become a permanent fixture within the branding and marketing ecosystem. The Super Bowl has long served as a major front for the long-running soda war between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. This year, the beverage giants will fight that battle somewhere else. Coca-Cola announced recently that it would not run ads in CBS broadcasts of Super Bowl 55, citing what it described as a difficult choice, and Coke's announcement followed a similar one made by rival Pepsi, which has opted to focus on its annual halftime show rather than run commercials for its flagship drink, Mountain Dew Soda. Currently, however, The wars seem to be getting fiercer in the entire realm of soda and sports. LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers superstar and a pitchman for Coca-Cola since entering the NBA in 2003, is set to land a new deal with PepsiCo. James reportedly will endorse Mountain Dew's new Rise Energy beverage, a part of the PepsiCo family, and he also could become the face of Pepsi-Cola. His deal with Coca-Cola ended last year after he spent years hawking Sprite and Powerade. It will be recalled that back in the 1980s, it was rock and roller cola wars as the world had enough of the intense marketing battle between America's carbonated drinks behemoths. As the underdog, PepsiCo had stunned its bigger rival Coca-Cola by signing Michael Jackson, the era's biggest musical star, to promote his brand in a record-setting $5 million deal. In the area of going green in a fast-changing global climate, PepsiCo is committed to shifting to 100% renewable energy by 2040. Meanwhile, Coca-Cola has set 2030 as its deadline, but it is only committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions by a quarter, with its base year being 2015. However, PepsiCo plans to source 100% renewable electricity across all company-owned and controlled operations globally, also by 2030. But its franchise and third-party operators will join the green train by 2040. The cola wars had become a cultural phenomenon, and credit for that goes to Donald Kendall, the late PepsiCo's legendary former boss. Whichever way marketing intelligence looks at it today, the cola wars have made Coke and Pepsi the world's best marketers. Despite the fact that Kendall, who sparked the wars, has died, his legacy lives on. That was Brandon Focus on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Industry Conversation.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You're welcome to Industry Conversation on Marketing Edge on TV, and this week our guest is Mr. Femi Adelusi. He is the president of the Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria, MIPAN, the umbrella body for all specialist media advertising agencies in Nigeria. He's also the founder and group chief executive officer of Brand Eye Media Plus, a leading full-service media planning, buying and optimization agency based in Lagos. The agency provides strategic media advices and guidance to its clients, which cuts across virtually all the sectors of the Nigerian economy to help deliver better advertising campaign results for their brands. It combines cutting-edge research tools, global expertise, and its 2020 vision on each brand with an eye to develop winning creative and digital communication strategies, as well as effective media buying solutions to build insightful and innovative media plans, with a tremendous keenness on building ever-improving marketing models. You're welcome to Industry Conversation on Marketing Edge on TV.
Thank you so much. Good to be back.
Yes, good to be back, and Happy New Year to you.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now, looking back at the year 2020, how would you describe the Nigerian media advertising space?
Thank you. To be completely honest with you, 2020 came to us as a shock. I believe to a lot of other players or sectors in the Nigeria, perhaps also in the global market. obviously we hadn't experienced a pandemic before.
Yes.
And also the impact was highly underestimated in terms of how this was going to impact on businesses. We saw the big part of the health implications. It put to test the state of health of our country, of our community. But we didn't immediately know the impact this was going to have on the media business. And I think that's the part that hit us the most as practitioners. Because again, not every key player had the right kind of tools and trainings and technology that was ready for the pandemic. We had to accelerate on some areas where we had discussed in the past, in the previous years, around how important technology is going to be in the work that we do. But in the actual making the right level of investment in this area, I think a lot of people, a lot of agencies still had a lot of gaps that were yet to be covered. And also in the way in which we partner with one another, the way we collaborate, and the way we share tools and resources as a body. I think this made it a very tough year. And also we didn't envisage the impact the pandemic was going to have on some of the clients and the businesses of our clients. So as they got used to this and adjusted, then again, we also came under pressure to have to, again, adjust as well. So I'll give you an example. When you have a multinational business, okay, so typically you're at rest because you know there's guaranteed stream of business and even your revenue. And you have a signed payment term. You're almost good to go to bed to know that you get paid in 30 days or in 60 days. But again, even in the middle of contracts, a lot of agencies had to start to, again, renegotiate. Okay, payment terms were fluctuating, and obviously media billings also were dropping significantly as well. So a lot of changes there and there. Also a lot of media partners, the stations, the content producers that we work with also. Most of the content that they had, because they did not envisage the pandemic also, the relevance came into question, and the ability to execute also came into question as well. So the entire industry had a 6 to 9 months of very tough and challenging period.
So it means that with the COVID-19 recession and of course the NSAS protests.
Oh yeah.
It was just as you said, that it impacted negatively on a lot of businesses. And now, aside from the fact that you had to deal with a whole lot of industry players, what were some of the learning curves? And were there opportunities gained and opportunities lost that we could talk about?
Oh yeah. One of the very popular saying in seminars and meetings in the most of 2020 is the fact that you never allow a crisis to go to waste. Okay, so every crisis, you must look at the crisis and say, what is the opportunity in this crisis? And I think the 2020 year opened up a lot of opportunities for businesses who are willing and able to adapt, because again, it depends on the kind of business that you currently run. So I think one of the areas is around how do you embrace technology. As far back as 15, 20 years ago, I had a colleague of mine who worked in London and always worked from home from the first day of his employment, and only had to go to work like once in 14 days or sometimes once in a month. And this was like 40. So in those days when you visit him and he says to you, Femi, this is the fridge, this is the tea, have fun, but I got to work. He goes into his room. And in those days we used to just wonder, can't he just hang out, sit with us? So there are countries and there are markets outside of Nigeria that, the whole world of working from home and remote working isn't entirely new. Okay, but the number of sectors and the scale changed rapidly. So yes, we knew we needed to reduce our cost of operations as a media agency. Because I'll give you an example. In most media agencies in America or in Europe, as an agency, your fees will probably be in the region of 5 or 3%. Okay, but in Africa and perhaps in some part of Asia, because the technology does not exist and a lot of work still had to be done manually, because the technology wasn't existing as at that time. So you could still go as high as 7% or 7.5% in some instances. But as the world becomes a global village, you're competing not only with the local players, but you're competing with agencies abroad as well. So the client is looking for where efficiency can come. So we've always talked about the need to migrate, to leverage our technology, to work from home, to reduce operational expenses, or, but we didn't really, a lot of agencies didn't really take the steps. So for me, one big learning was not only talk about what you need to do, actually you need to make the right, take the right step, make the right investment. So that's one key area. Another is around how do we collaborate and work. For the very first time, I'm beginning to see agencies who are sharing certain resources, like technology, head of technology, becoming almost like a contract staff. And you're now having a finance function that is also a bit liberated. So you could work in 2 or more agencies at a finance manager role. I see the role of finance people in almost like a consulting role now. So not just as auditors, but even as operational finance directors in covering 2 or 3 agencies, and therefore you're able to make savings in terms of your overhead. Obviously, you sign contracts to ensure confidentiality and all of that, but again, these are areas where we're beginning to see changes as well. And of course, working from home. Businesses are now beginning to make decisions around, when you work from home, do you keep the office open for 5 days while some staff work from home and some still sit at the office, meaning that the power you're actually trying to save, you might not really save. So do you then need to shut down your business on 2 days or 1 day in a week so you can actually make these savings like you really want to? So, and agencies are beginning to take steps in this direction.
So what would be your personal assessment of the Nigeria media advertising outlook for the year 2021, looking at everything that's happened in 2020?
I think in 2020 we had a very good excuse of the pandemic, the fact that we had never seen anything like this before. But I think for 2021, the excuse has to be something a bit different. We now have seen what a tough year with lockdowns can look like. So we need to plan from get-go, even from January, when you set your KPIs, when you set your objective, when you set your goals for the year. We need to begin to be pragmatic in the way we set our goals. We cannot hope and wish that will be a completely different year. Hope and wishes cannot be your strategy, right? You need to have strategies that are executable, that are put into consideration the realities of today's world. The fact that you could have lockdown for periods of time. You need to embrace the fact that you can't engage your consumers like you typically will do. In everything, you have to think about safety and well-being. Social distancing has become everyday and the work that you do. So as you plan your experiential marketing campaigns, for example, this needs to come into your everyday plan as well. And even the communication development also, we need to put that into the strategies, into the ideas that we're putting to the table for our clients.
Thank you very, very much. It's
My
been very
pleasure.
interesting conversing with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, then that has been our package on industry conversation on Marketing Edge on TV. For this week, we have been speaking with Femi Adelusi, the president of the Media Independent Practitioners of Nigeria, MIPAN, and is also the founder and group chief executive officer of Brand Eye Media Plus. Well, Marketing Edge continues shortly.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Well, that has been our package this week on Marketing Edge on TV, and we sure hope that you have enjoyed the package. Be sure to join us again next week for another edition of the program. Thank you for watching. My name is Dele Agadumo.
Revived and re-engineered, that's the new reality in Nasarawa State under the leadership of Governor Adelusi, who is repositioning the state for greatness and empowering lives with the Nasarawa Economic Development Strategy. From education to agriculture and infrastructure, Engineer Adelusi is exceeding expectations with his clear-cut Nasarawa agenda. Find out more on Nasarawa Focus, Mondays, 8:30 p.m.
Driven by technology and competence, the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, is fast changing the business environment through various reforms initiatives. Do you know that today you can register your business name, limited liability company, NGO, as well as other registration services online directly without an agent? Do you know that CAC certificate now comes with automatic FIRS TIN number? For these and more innovations, keep a date with us on CAC Weekly every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on TVC News, Channel 418 on DSTV and Channel 307 on Star Times. Keep a date with us.
Genuine business people desirous of success in today's environment ignore the taxman only at their own peril.
Under the oversight of this board, the FIRS will continue its transformation into a premier revenue collecting agency.
For up-to-date and accurate information on your obligations, duties and rights under the various tax laws in Nigeria, watch Tax Matters on TVC News Thursday 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.
The Premier Institute, positioned for advancement of governance in Nigeria and beyond. Deliberate about improvement of capacity of legislatures and democratic institutions, inspiring scholars in pursuit of legislative assertion.
Eager to share our best practices.
Watch Inside News, Fridays at 9 p.m. on TVC.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.